my kneecap,
Dude,
break my patella.
We're just clapping knees right now.
I'll be clapping some knees later.
That's what they
with a baseball bat.
That's what they say.
When I'm going to collect my debts,
Getting
I
capped.
just be out here capping kneecaps. Just doing stuff that the Youngstown boys do. Because apparently you can do whatever you want in Ohio. According to the internet, you could just do whatever you want in Ohio. Because I guess it's just being a terrible person is like cool now.
There's still, I know we went backwards in women's rights, but I didn't know we were going all the way back to like 1940s where,
Anyhow, welcome.
Whatever.
What number is this? I didn't even look.
78.
Is this 80?
78.
Oh, 78. Are you sure?
Yeah. No, hold on. It's got to be 78. We did 77 last time. Yeah, remember episode 77?
Oh, yeah, episode.
Episode 78. Welcome to episode 78 of the Midwest Sad Boys podcast. As always, I am Jason.
I'm Jim. What's up, everybody? It's been a week. We are back. I am finally not sick anymore.
Love
you
to hear it.
How crisp my voice
You just sound so...
like my nose is not clogged. It's
you sound
wild.
so fresh and like youthful right now.
Dude, we actually went on a walk with the dog the other day because we could actually go outside and like not, spread germs.
Yeah.
So, woo, that one sucked for a real hot minute.
Yeah, that's no...
right in the middle of the fucking Catalina wine mixer. That's over now. By the time this episode comes out, Catalina wine mixer at work will be over. Brother, man, what an absolute god awful 2 weeks.
Just a dumpster fire of a.
It's truly a miracle. I've made it. It was bad, but you know what's exciting is like because I've been so focused on everything else. I actually am kind of excited for Christmas this year. And that's huge.
Honestly, that's so exciting coming from you.
Right? That's huge.
Dang.
I said I fulfilled my husbandly duties today by putting up the Christmas lights, and I put up the tree, and Megan was decorating when I left. So, yeah, it's actually kind of excited for Christmas this year.
I mean, this is the first time you're out of like retail and like customer facing.
Yeah.
Too.
Well, I mean, I was last year, but I was like in my role brand new.
Was it you training or something like that?
Yeah. I mean, I was still pretty new at my new role, but like, yeah, it's finally been an entire year away from retail. Like I didn't go back to Best Buy for seasonal this year. Mm-hmm. So nice. I can actually, and I had a couple of days of vacation left over, took a couple days off. Oh, it's going to be great. So,
That's
just
wonderful.
like old times, just everything I was bitching about last year. Who knew? I just had to wait a whole ass year.
Good things come for those who wait. Like banana bread at work, dude.
Fucking banana bread at work, dude. Hell yeah. So let's, pop culture while it's fresh on our minds. How about that god awful Netflix boxing fight?
Ugh.
It was just so bad.
I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even consider it a fight.
No.
It was literally just Mike Tyson showing up, trying for the first 2 rounds, and then just not getting knocked out for the next 6.
Yeah, even what's his name was like, yeah, I was like trying not to hurt him. Like, oh, so you admit that you were purposely holding back so that you didn't kill a 58-year-old man on national television.
It's like, okay, so let's think of it.
It's a lose-lose no matter what.
If he would have, like it sucked. It was dumb. Absolutely dumb. If he would have gone out there and gotten knocked out, everyone would have been so happy.
Dude, the internet would have clowned on him so hard.
Right?
So hard.
But what we got was a tired Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm bummed that he had some crazy health scare, right?
yeah, so he made a post, I think today as of recording, about like, this is one of those ones where even when you lose, you win, because I think it was like 8 months ago or 6 months ago, he had to have like 8 blood transfusions or something.
Yeah, it was pretty wild.
So like he said, he almost died. So for him to be able to come back, get healthy,
and survive all
that, and still fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he said something about like his kids being able to see him or family being able to see him.
Yeah.
So honestly, that changed my perspective on it a little bit, because like to him, it still meant a lot.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Yeah, right. But like to everybody else, it's really hard because I was excited. I'm like, hey, I get to see a Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have still.
Well, yeah.
Sure, he was there, but like,
I mean, I saw a Mike Tyson fight. Well, question mark. He threw a couple of punches.
But that was it. There was more action at the press conference.
Yeah, for real.
Jake kind of slid in, got in his face, and like, but like, so like if you break it down, if Jake would have went out there and lost, everyone would have been happy.
Yep.
If he would have got out there and knocked out Mike Tyson,
do you really win? I mean, like
you don't win because
you beat up an old man.
You knocked out a 58-year-old man, and then that ruins Mike Tyson's reputation.
Yep.
More.
Yep.
Losing to a YouTuber.
What a sentence.
Right, but it is.
Nope, not disagreeing with you.
Nobody wins in that situation except for them financially.
Oh, absolutely. Netflix cashed in with all the advertising dollars. They cashed in. I mean,
what did it? Jake got $40 million and Tyson got 20. $40 million. Sure, there was months and months of training.
Right, of course.
For a 16-minute activity.
That's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit.
Like 30 minutes for the whole thing, including entrances and whatnot. But like,
yeah, why did he come down in a car? That was weird.
He was trying to pull a WWE entrance.
It looked
and
stupid.
He also used In the Air Tonight, the music that Mike sang in The Hangover.
So I did like that. That was pretty funny.
I saw that. I was like, ha!
What was the weird yellow spray can that Logan had? What was he spraying into the air?
Was it like I'm assuming maybe it's like they're sponsored by some kind of body spray.
Looked stupid.
Yeah, that was real
just
dumb.
Looked dumb. He's out there like wee, and you're. It just looked silly.
Yeah, I don't. That seems like a bad time, but they're probably like, hey man, go out there and spray this. $2 million.
He's like, fuck it, all right,
send it.
Yeah. So you're right. You go out there and you whoop Mike Tyson's ass, and you're the guy who beats up an old guy. Okay. Or you go out there and you get your ass whooped by Mike Tyson, and haha, you got whooped by Mike Tyson.
He loses both ways.
Or you go out there and then you don't knock out Mike Tyson, and you don't get knocked out by Mike Tyson, and everybody also is like, oh. Which is the timeline we're living in right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that happened. So I mean, I'm glad I stayed up till 1 a.m. I think. I don't know. I will probably never do that again. I said that after when we watched the last Ronda Rousey fight that we
13 seconds or whatever.
That was
bullshit.
stupid. I said I'd never watch another.
I don't think I've ever like went somewhere for a UFC pay-per-view
since then.
Yeah, I remember I went and watched one with Gio, I think on his birthday like 2 years ago or something. But like outside of that, I never like went somewhere or paid or anything for those. This just doesn't make sense.
Also, and this is my human curiosity. We're gonna fall down a rabbit hole for a second. I don't understand the allure of fighting. I get at the end of it, one is air quote the stronger of the two. It's the whole I'm an alpha. In being, I recognize that the women's fight was actually way more entertaining than the main event. So right, I'm alpha. I'm the number one. I'm the strongest. I get it. I get that. That's when you win a fight. You're the gladiator. You're the person you get the thumb up and you don't get sent to the tiger pit. I get it. But at the end of the day, you are signing up to cause physical harm to the other person, and you are also signing up for that person to physically harm you. And like, that shit hurts. Why are you doing this?
I think you literally already hit the nail on the head with like the gladiator type mentality. It's literally the same thing, but in modern America. Like, it's the exact same thing where like you have your champion and you have a competitor who like has gotten up the ranks, and now they're going to fight, and there's money on each side. So like, it's just people making money off of fighting.
Yes.
And they don't really care about the outcome unless they win.
Unless they lose. Then they're like, oh damn, I lost. But you're right. Like it seems so silly. Like, I'm going to punch you in the face as hard as I can. And then I'm going to try to not get punched in the face by you as hard as I can.
Yep.
And then you're going to do a bad job at it because that's how fighting works.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the day, You go home and you're like, dude, my face really fucking hurts. I'm fucking rich though, but like my face really fucking hurts. Like that girl had her fucking eyeball almost fucking popping out. Like, I'm sorry. That's ridiculous. I get the competitive nature of fighting because like I'm a competitive person by nature, dirt bikes, obviously, but like the goal was not to be in pain at the end of the race.
The goal was just to win.
The goal, yeah, go as fast as you can. Obviously, try and win, but like just get home in one piece and have a good day and try your best, right? At the end of the day, I wasn't out there trying to like punch my friends on the starting line and then go out and ride a race.
Right.
Just, I don't know, man. Fighting does not make sense.
You're not
to
like
me.
letting air out of the tires before the race trying to
that seems illegal, yeah. But it's just crazy. Like I was watching, the girl fight, and then she headbutts the chick, and then her eye starts bleeding, and they're like, well, you're okay. Keep fighting. You're okay. And then she punches her in the same spot, and the whole thing just like, whoop. And I was like, I need to turn this off for a little bit. This is silly.
Girls went nuts.
Absolutely
I saw like the
bonkers.
last, I don't know how many seconds of that one, and after I woke up.
Yeah.
Well,
let me tell you, I turned it. We went to dinner, and then I wasn't gonna watch it, but we got home, and there was like 2 hours left in it, and I was like, well, I'll like turn on, see like where we're at in it, and like that fight had like just started, and I was like, oh, cool. So I watched that one, and then when the girl's eyeball started falling off, I had to turn it off for like 45 minutes, and I came back to it for the main event. That was something. Yeah, that was my rabbit hole. I just don't understand the allure of fighting.
I don't either. I don't get it. It's even worse. Like, remember those like where they do like the back like street brawler type things?
Oh, where it's like real and not staged.
Like, yeah, like Kimbo Slice going out and doing those. Like,
oh yeah,
they just want to beat you down as fast as possible.
Yeah, I literally want to kill you because I'm going to get paid to kill you. Like that's crazy. Yep. I believe you had sent me some video that we were supposed to watch for the podcast about some backyard wrestling stunt, and you said don't watch this until the podcast.
Oh God, when was that?
Was it on
Facebook?
That I think that is one of the only places that I do see your memes, because I ended up deleting Instagram and the Facebook app again. I had to get those. I said it last week, but I really meant it. I had to get those apps off my phone.
Oh, don't watch this till the casty.
Oh boy, yeah.
When did I send? There's no video there now.
Arnar, did it get deleted?
It must have gotten deleted.
Damn.
Well, either way.
Do you remember what it was by chance?
I don't.
Oh, bummer.
I really don't. But I do have some things I wanted to talk about tonight.
Yeah, but you are right though. Backyard wrestling, that shit is wild.
Dude, like the wrestling, the fighting, all the backyard stuff, that's just all real and all painful. Even to watch is like,
yeah.
Like,
sir, you literally just hit that man with a real baseball bat. That wasn't like a fake one. Yeah. That legitimately probably broke his bones.
Nothing broke away.
Yeah, no, that
ribs.
wasn't a fake bat, and you just beat the shit. That's aggravated assault.
Yep.
Sir, you're a felon, and you're recording it. Like what?
But they also filmed the waivers.
Yeah, the do not try this at home.
The injury waivers.
Yeah, we are professionals. Air quotes. Yeah. Crazy. I don't understand how that shit's legal. It's probably not, but
it's probably. I mean, as long as both participants were willing,
I guess, yeah.
Probably got like a "you can't sue me, I can't sue you."
Crazy. Let's just film ourselves doing a bunch of illegal stuff. Crazy.
Dude, I get hurt just walking in a Michael's parking lot.
I'm not really did.
Yeah, I'm not about to be actually trying to fight someone. No thanks.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, unless I literally had a reason, like families in danger.
Of course.
I've got no reason to fight someone. I will not fight someone. I have no interest in that.
No, I have a job to get to. No thanks. I can't be spending the weekend in jail.
Yeah.
Or even life in jail. I'm far too soft for that. Far too soft to be in jail.
Yeah, they're gonna get you a mop wig real fast.
Nope.
That's a thing apparently.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I've never,
Also, but slammer, that's why I did not have any come back for that, because I don't want to know what that means. A mop wig? Oh, I get it now. No thanks.
Yep.
Nah, I'm going to try to be the mop wig guy. That one took a second. That was a way homer.
Yeah.
Get it on the way home.
I go way homer. So I've got two things. Since we're talking about like somewhat like social media. Stuff like that. Have you ever seen the we'll start with this. You've seen the chiropractic videos, right?
So satisfying.
All right, and I think we might have talked about this, but let's go one step further. Have you seen animal chiropractic videos?
That sounds illegal. That also sounds illegal.
Apparently, it's not.
That's crazy. Do you have animal chiropractic videos? Because I'm not interested in watching them. I've accidentally seen them.
I'm going to show you one.
And I understand that like the animal is probably not hurt because like
the first thing that comes up is like
scraping,
the pimple scraping thing.
Crazy. Like I understand that the animal is probably not hurt because it's not yelping or like snapping, like attempting to bite them. So like I get that it's probably not causing them pain, but like you can't ask the animal. They are not consenting to this.
So like I see the ones where it's like, okay, this is the before. This dog is straight up limping. It can't use its back right leg, like, and then they do the adjustment and like all of a sudden this dog is walking normal again. But like this is the main one. Wait, just watch the dog.
I don't know if I want to. Is he about to break the damn dog's neck? I'm afraid. Oh, God.
Look at the eyes.
Oh, my goodness. What just happened? What just happened? Like, I get it. He's probably not in pain because he's not freaking out.
Dude, so like that guy, what's his TikTok name?
Bro's about to shout out.
Yeah, Bones, Hands, Animals.
Nah, dude.
Weird. But this guy has 4.5 million followers. He's got so many videos, everything from dogs, big and small, to horses.
What?
Cats.
Show me one of these horse ones right now.
All right, hold on. Let me find one here.
No fucking way this man is out here chiropracting horses.
I'd be so afraid to get kicked,
Oh,
dude.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to watch this dude get rocked. And that's like a big-ass fucking... Brother, you are playing with fire.
Yeah, that's a big
Dude,
animal.
Can you imagine if you hurt that thing and it fucking just hauls off and just sends you into the shadow realm? Dude, no fucking...
It's going to crack every bone in his body with its foot, dude.
No fucking way.
Yeah, so, like... But I've watched a lot of that dude's videos, and, like, the ones with the cats, because they're cats, and they're just sitting and going... the whole time, and he's just, like, grabbing their hips and just... and then they go... and it's done.
Well,
so, like, I don't know, but it's... I just want to know how someone was like, you know what? I can do it to people. I can do it to animals.
what is it? What's that line from? I think it's Meet the Fockers. Oh, I have nipples, Greg. Can you milk me?
I mean,
speaking of animal cruelty, I'm a little late to the story, but this one kind of had made its way around on the internet a couple weeks ago. So we're obviously a little late. But if I was to say the phrase "justice for Peanut," do you know what I'm talking about?
I feel like I vaguely saw something about it, but I don't.
What do you think you saw about it?
I don't remember.
So Justice for Peanut, it was there was this dude on TikTok who had a pet squirrel and he had a pet raccoon as well. He had these animals for like quite some time. He had this whole TikTok account. It wasn't like he just like found a squirrel and like kept it in his house and then started filming it the day he found it. He had this animal for like years. The squirrel was like his little bro. It would like jump on his shoulders. It would like run around, and it wasn't like scurrying like it was attacking. You know, it was friendly. It was just like, it would like dig in his little hair. It would like scratch his face. Like it was cute. It was like, oh my goodness, like I would want a squirrel as a pet. That kind of adorable. He also had a raccoon, which I'm sadly not remembering his name, but fucking TikTok, and this is why the internet sucks. TikTok reported him to the fucking animal control people of wherever he lived, and these motherfuckers rolled up to his house, confiscated the squirrel, confiscated the raccoon, and fucking killed him. Because they were like, oh, well, they might have rabies. You know how you test for rabies? You have to kill the animal to test if it has rabies. Do you know how long an animal will stay alive if it has rabies? 2 weeks. This man had these pets for years. Do you think they had rabies?
Wow.
Like, honestly, out there, podcast land, justice for Peanut. Like, holy fucking shit. This dude, honestly, pretty attractive dude. I jokingly saw the video, and I was like, there's a third endangered animal in this video. Man was smuggling an additional squirrel in his pants. And I made that joke to Megan, and she was like, no, like, stop. You're making stuff up. And I showed her the video, and she was like, holy shit. That man has a squirrel in his pants. So if you come across that man's videos on the internet, make sure you look out for the third hidden animal in the video. Oh, God. But like, for real though, justice for Peanut. They fucking killed that squirrel for no fucking reason.
Wild, dude. Like,
he had said he had found the squirrel. It had like fallen out of the tree and it was injured. And he like picked it up and like gave it some food, gave it some water, and like kind of nursed this squirrel back to health with like whatever injury it had. And then he claims that he had attempted to release the squirrel back into the wild, but like the squirrel had like grown attached to him. So he just like had a pet squirrel now. Now, granted, is it illegal to own a wild animal? Yes. Full stop. I understand. However, if your grounds for killing the animals is they may carry rabies, do your research and tell me if I have had this illegal, air quote, illegal animal for multiple years, and you know that the science says if it's got rabies, it probably only lasts 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to go crazy, foaming at the mouth, blah, blah, blah. It's going to try and like rip my face off. If it doesn't do that in 7 years, chances are it probably doesn't have fucking rabies. Fuck you for killing a goddamn squirrel, honestly.
So like, does he even have like a right to like sue for that when he isn't
probably
able to own
not.
that?
Yeah.
So it's just really unfortunate.
Yeah,
that
I think.
sucks.
Yeah, like the internet was trying to rally justice for Peanut, but like at the end of the day, he knew he had illegal animals. So like, what are you really gonna do? But also, fuck you. The animals were fine. That's just my 10 cents.
That's
I know
stupid.
no one asked, but I have a podcast, so I'm here to give my 10
That's
cents.
what we're here for.
Are you here for it?
I'm also here for hydration checks.
I'm running a little low
Oh,
on water. Got a
jeez.
lot of ice, but not a lot of water. But I am also down for hydration checks. As always, drink more water, feel more better. That's a gym non-money back guarantee. Stop drinking sugar, drink more water. You will feel better. Get up and move. Even if it's 5 minutes throughout your day, you will feel better at the end of those 5 minutes. You doom scroll on your phone for more than that. You can get up and you can do 5 minutes of stretching. Some sort of dumbbell exercise. Even just standing there, holding your hands and doing standing marches, you will feel better if you just do it. I promise you. I'm not going to try and, I know I've said it before, I'm not trying to be a fitness influencer. God knows nobody wants to see me naked except Megan. But I'm telling you, if you just get up, drink water, and move, you will feel better. It's proven science.
This episode's sponsored by Gym and Fitness Motivation.
I actually feel better that I actually felt better enough that I could go out and exercise for the first time since Scotland. So like,
Dude.
I felt like absolute shit sitting on the couch for 2 weeks, just being sick, garbage.
I'll have to show you because I got sick a little bit there for a hot minute, but I think I was telling you before the episode, I bought it's a sandbag workout. It comes with 5, like they're completely sealed off. So there's no like chance of sand getting anywhere.
Pocket sand.
Yeah. Pocket sand. There's 5 sealed bags. So 50 total pounds or 10 pounds each.
10 apiece, yeah.
And it goes in this big, like heavy duty bag.
Duffel bag, yeah.
And there's handles on the top, on the side, and on the bottom. There's 2 sideways, 2 vertical, and then 2 side handles.
Oh, and then you just like move
so
it
you
around.
can do different workouts with it. And then you're like, hey, not feeling 50 pounds today. Take 2 of them out. Got 30 exact straps so you can tighten it.
Oh,
like,
that's
honestly,
pretty killer.
Really good investment because I've been working out and it's like it feels more like full body workout. So you can do like from the ground, you're almost doing like a deadlift.
Yeah.
You can pick it up, flip it onto your arms, do a squat, push it up in the air, bring it down. Like you can do.
CrossFit folks call that a clean and jerk.
I'm not. I do have some nobles, so maybe I'm doing CrossFit.
Careful, man. You might be ready to run the Murph next year. You don't know what that is. It's okay. Continue. So
Yeah.
you're doing an RDL. You get it centered, and then you press it up, and then you do clean and jerk, and then you hold, and you slam it back down. And then
gent, I don't want to break it. I don't want.
Well, yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, more.
Yeah.
You just, I mean, it's like $4 at like Lowe's. You can go get more.
No, this was not $4.
No, I'm at the Sands, $4.
Yeah, but I don't want to have to reseal the thing. It will break. I can't seal things like that. But anyway, really cool. I'll show you.
Sorry to digest.
Yeah. But yeah, I think even just doing that for like 10 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the morning, like every other day, just feeling a little bit better, you know?
Yep.
But
give your body those endorphins first thing in the morning, change your whole day. I do it when I get home from work to relieve all my stress from sitting there dealing with stupid people. I'm just out there with a dumbbell, just like air punching. So
just set up like a fake wall with some drywall so you can just start punching through walls.
Yep. I just start imagining smashing people's head with a dumbbell because it's like, fuck, you're so stupid. You reset your password yesterday. We had to reset it again today.
You didn't write it down. You didn't save to device.
Fucking right-click save as. Like, holy shit. You called me yesterday for the same problem. Can't you write the steps down that I wrote down and how to explain it to you?
Like, it's 3 steps. Why didn't you just like write it down on a sticky note or
and then
like
stick it on your computer monitor? Oh man.
Yeah. Let's see. I got one more here. One more thing I want to talk about here. Okay.
Ooh,
so
he got excited.
So we talked last week, and I was talking about the Diplomat show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I finished season 2.
Oh, of course you did.
It was so good, and like we've talked before about like heels and alphas and a whole bunch of other shows that just had the craziest season finales and never got renewed. This show, I think it's right on par with those where it's like, oh my God. Like I finished the episode and I'm like, I swear to God, if there's not a season 3, I will absolutely murder somebody. I will find the writers and I need to know what was going to happen. I Googled it and it was like, as of like 4 days ago, like it is renewed for season 3 on Netflix. I'm like, oh, thank God. So,
do you hear that? He said he was going to murder somebody. Remember earlier when I said filming yourself doing something illegal? That sounded like a threat.
I wouldn't film it.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. What's our NSA contact?
What?
Jeff?
Steve.
I
don't know.
There's a lot of names. Anyway, so
I think Jeff worked at the hot dog factory.
Jeff was the hot dog factory
guy. A hot dog bun guy. Yeah.
We really need to go back and like get a Rolodex of these people.
We've got Jamal from the Jeep factory, Jeff from the hot dog bun factory.
Jamal's even a real person too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So after I finished that, Netflix was like, you might also like, I'm like,
you son of a bitch.
Here we go. Like I said, my guilty pleasure is political dramas / thrillers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there was another one that came up called Pine Gap.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay, let me look at this little page real quick. Okay, 2018, 1 season. This is a really bad idea for me to watch this.
So I watched the whole season in one day.
Yes.
Yes, of course
I did. There were 6 episodes. They're like 54 minutes each.
Oh yeah, easy peasy.
I watched the whole thing.
And
I want another season so bad. Dude. So this is what I wanted to talk. I wanted to dive into it. So Pine Gap, based on a real place.
Don't let me forget to talk about the Netflix show that we have been watching. But yes,
okay.
Pine Gap, real place. Continue.
Pine Gap, the show is based on a real place. It is a joint United States-Australian satellite communications and signals intelligence surveillance base.
I've heard of that place.
Yeah.
Not the show, but the place.
The place, right.
Yeah.
It's based about that place. That's the whole
crazy
concept of the show. I didn't know about this place. I didn't know if it was real or not. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it was kind of crazy, like watching the show. Like I know because I watched like the Snowden like documentary and like the movie Snowden and like the things that they can do and they just like tracking frequencies and like, dude, you know what? I'm gonna give some spoilers here.
For those listening in podcast land, I'm over here slowly shaking my head in agreement. So I know that there was a lot of silence on the other end of that. But yes,
yeah. So I'm gonna give spoilers because it came out 6 years ago. And they're not getting a second season. So
It's not getting a second season.
dude, so the reason that it got canceled, from what I saw, was the Australian government did not like how they were portrayed in the show, and they essentially like a cease and desist to Netflix.
You're not doing another one of these
because it was a Netflix show, and it was so good,
so good.
Like everybody in the cast, nobody that I knew, like they were all like.
So was this is a dramatization of loosely based upon real events,
right?
Air quote
of like, I guess, events that would happen that Pine Gap would be involved with.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So like, the first one that comes in the show is there's a plane that gets shot down by a missile, and while it's happening, they're like, yeah, we got a weird signal coming up. Let's pull it up. Like, oh, it's a missile. They're seeing the camera view on this missile, and they're like, oh, this thing is loaded. Like, this thing it's an active warhead. So they're trying to like communicate with all the different branches of the government and everything. And then it's like, it gets fired, and they're like, track it. What's the trajectory? Where's the destination? What's the target? And eventually they figure it out, and it's like, oh, it's a passenger jet.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
And then boop, takes down the passenger jet.
Arnar.
Right.
Get it? Because we're in Australia.
Arnar. Dude, and you hear people in Australia say it, like, it was so great in the show. So then that happens, and then the one guy who's like the token like weird techie nerdy guy in the show,
the hacker. I'm in.
Yeah. So right, he picks up on this weird thing where he's in the cafeteria, and he's like, yeah, it's really cold in here. Like, and this is like the weirdest way, I think, to introduce like a conflict.
Okay.
But it's like, it's cold in here. So the person he was talking to, working in the cafeteria, is like, oh yeah, it was set to 64 degrees for 4 days, and then now it's going back up, and he's like, it's a really specific time. It's like, it's kind of weird. So he goes into like their mainframe, right? Looking at the code, and because he tells his boss after he figures out what happened, he's like, everything in this entire building is like logged, right? From every like phones, computers, all the way down to like the temperature log.
Okay.
Right. So he goes through and he finds that there is malware in their big system.
Stop.
And the guy's like, well, why did they do that? He's like, it's to test to see if they could do it without getting caught.
Oh, right.
So that introduces like, okay, there's malware, but it's like there's like an air gap. Like you can't be like hacking in from like, there's no internet. Everything's hardwired. So like you can't email a virus in. Like you can't like.
It had to come from within.
It had to come. That was the big thing. It had to come from within. So that introduced the don't trust anybody, right? And then it was like, who was in that room? And
it was the mole.
And of course, it was like the 8 main characters. So then it kind of dove each episode a little bit into the stories about those people, and then like what their motives would be. So like,
so it was like a Clue, but IRL.
Yeah, and what was it? I can't. What was the? There was 2 shows that they listed as like, if you liked this show and this show, you're gonna love this. Hold on, let me see if I can find the 2 shows, because I saw that, I was like, yeah, you know what? I would like that.
Just, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
Damn it, I'm kind of in right now. Pine Gap, here it is.
Take another water break while he's looking that one up. Make sure you stay hydrated, everybody. Posture check too.
Oh damn!
You hear that?
No, what happened?
It was the chunk of ice in my water
just smacked you.
Slamming in the lid, and then the mouth spout hit my tooth. Ow!
Oh no! It doesn't show me.
Just chipped my tooth on live television. On live television? Not live television, but live on the podcast right here. Jim gets dental surgery.
Oh, there's a show called Treason. Oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Hold on, let me add it to my list. My list. It's got Charlie Cox from Daredevil in it. All right,
yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
so you couldn't find that.
I couldn't find the shows, okay. but I saw that and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch that, and it was so good, dude. And like at the end, you find out.
You said it was only 6 episodes. I could probably burn through that. on my lunch break in a week.
Okay, I'm not going to tell you what happens at the end though, because it is so good. It's so good.
The whole facility goes up in smoke, and it's the start of the zombie apocalypse. I spoiled it for you.
It goes right into Walking Dead. The guy from the CDC in the first episode, you see
was
him.
him.
He's there, yeah. No, but you know what? I'm not going to spoil the ending because what I gave away does not ruin it. I won't give it.
It does kind of set it up though. It did make me excited to be like, ooh, I do kind of like that kind of stuff.
So you should definitely watch it. It's 6 episodes.
I should definitely check it out.
You could watch it in like a week.
Yeah.
1 episode a day, burn through it. But yeah, it was so good. But it was just so interesting to see like the kind of things that they do with this. And like after watching like the Snowden stuff, like it's kind of crazy. Like you're like, God, even having
the government would never do anything like that. Like they would never do anything like that. Proceeds to immediately do that.
Dog, they got like 3 bases around the world where they could see everything.
Bro, seriously, for me, like, oh, I would never bring one of those trackers into my house. Like, you guys got to be silly. Like, brother, you got a phone in your hand. It literally does all that for you.
And you know what's really crazy?
You can't even turn it off.
You know what's even crazier? That like, you know what? Actually, let me check this real fast because I don't want to be wrong.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. We don't want to piss off fact checker Jim. He'll have to send me an angry text message.
Hey, honestly, if your dad knew about this,
you'd be a little impressed?
I would be.
Well, depending on the subject, I might be impressed too.
Let's see. Let me find out. Because if I'm right, then I think this is even funnier. Yep. Okay. So let me read how it is. So my thought was, most phones and providers moved away from regular SIM cards, so you can't just take out a SIM card to not be tracked.
Yeah.
Now they're using eSIMs.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought is, can you still track an eSIM just like a regular SIM?
I don't see why not.
And you can.
Right.
So it's now, I would assume, harder to have an untrackable phone because to have access.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But a lot of those, like, I mean, so when we worked at the Blue Store and we had a bunch of military dudes come in and they would buy those SIM cards or those super cheap throwaway phones whenever, like, and you would know when the first time you get one of the dudes rocking through with a Google card, you're about to get 4 more dudes with the Google cards for the day. Because they would come in and they'd be like, cash only, Google card.
I don't want to give you my phone number.
Yeah, no, I don't need more rewards. Are you sure you don't want, like, I need something to put into the system here. But and then you always, like, you can always tell, and you're like, are you guys going on a mission? And sometimes those dudes be like, yeah. Like, can you tell me where? And be like, no. I'm like, all right. You just see how much I can get out of them.
Yeah.
I believe it though. Yeah, I mean, I told that silly story about the U.S. government that they created that fake cell phone company to sell. Remember those traceable phones to all the drug dealer dudes so that they could like spy on them and everything? Totally. There's no way they're not tracing these fake SIMs.
So it says you can trace it by the eSIM and by just the IMEI, like the hardware number.
Yeah, dude.
So like if they get on Wi-Fi, they can still track it by the IMEI.
Right.
So it's like, but yeah, I mean, so now I guess like 'cause you always see in a lot of those shows where someone's like, oh, get rid of the phone, and you see them
snap it in half and throw it in the trash
throw
can.
it away, or like take the SIM card out and snap it and yeet it,
or set it on fire.
Yeah, stuff like that. But
not anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of interesting to see that stuff, but yeah, I don't know. So I need to. I mean, I'm kind of curious what this treason show is.
You do be loving your Netflix shows,
dude. I don't. And
right?
it's a Netflix show too. Oh, it's only a limited series.
Boo!
How many episodes are there? 5. Oh my god. Know what I'm watching tomorrow?
Yeah, next week, find out when Jason's watched all 5 episodes of Treason, and then he's upset that there's no second season yet because it just came out yesterday.
It came out in 2022. There's not going to be another. And that's the other shit that I hate is when they're like, well, we're not going to renew this one. You know what? Only 1 season? Call it a limited run season. Like a
and
limited
then we'll take it off. We'll put it back on. We'll take it off. We'll put it back on.
Yeah, call it a limited series and just like, no, you canceled it because shut up. I hate it.
So while we're on the subject of Netflix series, Megan and I have started that Monsters, the Eric and Lyle Menendez story.
Oh, I don't know.
So it's this. I believe it's the same people who did the most recent Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. You know what I'm talking about?
Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah.
Yes. Well, you know that one.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes.
I got you.
You picked up my CD in broad daylight and you scratched it. Name any movie. Jaws. That's a great movie. Two total different Jeffrey and Jeffy Dahmer. So
we get ice cream.
When the fuck did we get ice cream? Best line of that whole movie.
Continue. Yes, Jeffrey Dahmer. Yes.
So the monsters, and so is like the overarching title of like I guess you would say like the show, but then like each air quote season is about a different set of serial killers. So the first air quote season was the Jeffrey Dahmer story. This one is the Eric and Lyle Menendez story, and then they also have already confirmed that they got renewed for a third one. So I know you're all about that when they just keep renewing it.
Dude, you auto renew things? I love that.
I don't remember which true crime case the third season is about, but nonetheless, they are super good. We are in the middle, I want to say, of season 2, the Eric and Lyle Menendez one. Do you know that story?
I don't.
I know you're not a true crime
nope,
bro.
I don't want to think about people getting murdered.
Well, boy, do I have a story for you.
Not for me.
I'm not gonna. All right, well then you probably watch it. But everybody out in podcast land, if you like true crime, if you haven't already watched it, I recommend the Monster series because the Jeffrey Dahmer one, great. This one, I'm halfway through it, great. So this one, are two brothers who, on a random Thursday night, I don't even remember, but on a random Thursday night, get a couple of shotguns, walk into their house, and murder their parents.
Oh.
Mom and dad, both of them, fucking just blow their heads off.
Boy.
And you're like, oh, wow, these are a couple of piece of shit dudes. You're like, that's pretty fucked up. Who does that? And then you meet the lawyers, and you meet the therapists, and you find out that, like, spoilies, some bad things happen to the boys. And then you're like, well, shit. I was sitting there watching it, and I'm like, the first couple episodes, you're like, man, these two dudes fucking suck. And then you watch the next couple episodes, and you're like, damn, I kind of feel for them. You still did a really shitty thing. Like, at the end of the day, you did murder two people, but like, I kind of understand why. So I'm sitting myself there, and I'm like, I'm on the jury. I'm hearing all the evidence presented to me. Do I have it in me to say guilty or not guilty? And I don't have all the evidence just yet, but like I was sitting there, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I could say guilty or not guilty. The show has done a really great job of like selling the story of like why they did it, but then they also did a really good job of selling it like that was pretty fucked up. So do recommend, again, out in podcast land, if you are a true crime aficionado, you'd like all the podcasts. If you haven't, I'm sure you've already heard of the story, but if you haven't seen the dramatization of it, do recommend. Very well filmed. The pacing's pretty good. There's not a lot of like plot holes that they overlook. And then also when I don't know the outcome of the case, like I'm pretty sure that they go to jail, but like I don't know how long or why or when or anything like that. I like to just go into the show, and then once the show's over, then go back and like watch all like the actual court casings and all that shit. Megan fucking loves that stuff, and when she gets into it, I get into it, so it's cool. And then she's got all that pathology brain where she's like, oh yeah, she did all those autopsies and stuff when she was in fucking forensic school.
Yeah,
I think we talked about this before. So fucking cool. Do recommend. I know I try not to overhype things, but do recommend. So that's the show we've been watching on Netflix lately.
I overhype things. Welcome to the podcast. I overhype things.
Episode 1 of Treason, Pine Gaps, Designated Survivor. What was
dude? Oh my god!
What was the most recent one you watched? The
Diplomat.
The Diplomat. Jason loves them political shows.
Dude, and what's crazy is I didn't know that about myself until I realized like House of Cards was the first one that really got me. Like Kevin Spacey, 2016 House of Cards. That was that was the first one that really got me. Where I'm like, dang, I like this. And then like I've watched I think probably just a few of them over the years, but then like I think Designated Survivor with Kiefer Sutherland is the one that really got me back into it. And I'm like, so good. Like, I hope he wins. He's an independent. His policies are great. But man, if they can just get past this turmoil in this other country, like, we're going to solve some real problems. And then like
Then it happens really in the U.S. and you're like, I could literally care fucking less.
I do not care. I don't.
Keith or Sutherland, I'm here for that guy. Literal candidate who could actually affect real life policy that changes the outcome of mine and my wife and child's life. Nah, I fucking care.
Well, I mean, so like,
honestly, same.
Yeah, but like, so okay, in the shows, it's like, okay, there's these corrupt people, and most of them, there's these corrupt people, but like in Designated Survivor, Kiefer Sutherland's independent. He's like, no, we're not gonna give in. We're gonna find a way to make it work. And it's like, that's great. I wish that people could do that in real life, because in real life, that does not happen.
No, you get Boeinged.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're gonna get Boeinged.
You're gonna get Boeinged.
You're gonna get Boeinged. You know, so like,
is that a new verb? Get Boeinged?
Yeah. Well,
I will Boeing you.
Yeah, and like watching House of Cards, a lot of people got Boeinged before.
Oh, really?
Oh, God.
I've actually never seen House Cards, so I don't know.
So, like, I think this was like 5 seasons, I think, of House of Cards, 4 or 5 seasons. Everything but even the last season was fine. Kevin Spacey, that was when he had the whole thing where
he got Me Too'd.
He got Me Too'd.
Mm-hmm.
And then he, like, instead of like
apologizing, didn't he like double down?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, well, I'm gay.
That like doesn't excuse
that's not what we talked about. But the problem's different than good for you. But the problem though is what you did. It's not your sexual orientation.
Does not excuse your actions.
So like they on the show, so he was
yeah.
But the first few seasons, yeah, dude, a lot of people got Boeinged. Like.
A lot. It was like an episode of Game of Thrones. Everybody's dying.
Dude, it was. It was like, hey, meet me at the train station.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
really?
Really?
And this was on what, USA, right? So it's
no,
like
Netflix.
Oh,
it was Netflix.
Oh, this was like not on TV.
Yeah.
So like, is it violent?
Yeah.
Do I need to watch this one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Dude, it was violent. There was boobs.
Oh well, you've got me now. So son of a bitch.
So after you watch Pine Gap in a week.
Okay.
You can settle in for some House of Cards.
Well, actually, I watched Pine Gap, but then Outlander's coming back on. By the time this episode comes out, Outlander will be back on. Yeah. So while you're hanging out watching wrestling on Thursday, Taylor's coming over my house. We're watching Outlander.
Oh, wrestling's on Friday. Friday night.
I thought SmackDown was on Thursday.
Friday night SmackDown.
Oh, what used to be on Thursday? We're diverging. But what used to be on Thursdays? Didn't wrestling used to be on Thursdays?
Dude, I don't even know. I watched it back in 2002. I don't remember.
Anyhow.
what day. All I know was Monday Night Raw, and it's been there for 30 plus years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I knew it was Monday, and then I could have swore SmackDown was on Thursday.
SmackDown might have been on Thursdays at one point, but
that checks out.
It's Friday night now. But you know what? Real quick, I just want to give a shout out to any of my wrestling fans out there.
We still doing top rope takes? No, has that died out?
Life, we're just a little busy.
Pause.
Yeah.
Time out. Gotcha.
But just
episode 3 coming at you soon.
We had like 12 episodes.
Episode 13 coming at you soon.
WWE is on fire right now with the bloodline and the whole storyline. It's so good. I was watching that before like the boxing event. So like I made a post. I'm like, man, most exciting thing about the match, wasn't even in the match. It was when Bronson Reed was announced as the 5th member for War Games, and like,
sure thing.
You know what that means, yeah.
Man, I'm hyped for you.
It's just like the level of storytelling, because like, yeah, it's scripted, absolutely, but it's scripted to be entertaining.
Oh yeah,
and like, dude, like, did you know like Freddie Prinze Jr. You know who Freddie Prinze Jr. is, right?
Yes.
Was a writer for WWE.
Get the fuck out of here. For real?
For a while.
Holy shit.
Dude is like big into wrestling.
Interesting.
He was like.
Do they ever like years later, they probably talk about like, oh, I wrote this storyline for so-and-so.
Oh, I mean, they even do it. Like they even say like this match was like produced by this person. Cause like, and I found this out, like, I know that they had to like rehearse certain spots and everything. Cause like in a match, there might be 6 spots plus like the ending, right?
Like where some big move takes place, right?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So maybe there's like 5 spots plus the finish. They'll go through and say, like, okay, we're going to do this at the beginning. And then like, you'll follow my lead, whipped into the ropes, duck with the clothesline, whatever. And then get ready for this spot. I was watching a thing. It was an interview with one of the wrestlers, Austin Theory. This was back when Vince McMahon was still in the WWE. So they were on top. I'm going to pull it up. Do you know what the Elimination Chamber is?
I do not, but while you tell me, so the did you watch the McMahon documentary? Was
Sure
it any
did.
good?
Yeah.
Do I need to watch it?
I would watch it.
Well, does it talk about the era of wrestling that I actually remember?
Yes.
Okay, because like if it talks about a bunch of people I don't know, I'm not interested.
It starts after, like, before he takes over WWF from his dad.
Okay.
And then it goes to the Monday Night Wars with WCW. And then, which is very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And then it turns into the Attitude Era and how the Attitude Era started.
What is that? The Degeneration X stuff? Okay, because that's like when it was The Rock and Stone Cold and Mankind and Triple H and the whole suck it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You would like it. It was really good.
Okay.
And there's a lot of, it was crazy.
I wanted to watch it, and I thought, you know, when it comes out, I'll sit down and watch it. But then I was like, if it's gonna talk about a bunch of people I don't know, maybe I'm not interested. I think it was
also only like 5 episodes or something.
Interesting.
But so Elimination Chamber.
Yes. Sorry to interrupt.
No. You're good. So I was going to show a picture of it here. So in this giant steel structure.
Oh, if you get put in the little elevator box.
Yeah. So 2 people. Is it 2 people? 2 people start out. And then there are 4 other people that are locked in there.
Inside. Okay.
Yep. And then every X amount of time, one person randomly gets released and then they join the fight.
In these little timeout boxes.
Yep.
Okay.
So one of this is where the whole rehearsing thing is coming in. So I think it was Randy Orton was supposed to take this big spot where he gets an F5 from Brock Lesnar off the top of one of these.
I don't know what an F5 is, but it sounds wild.
Puts you up on your shoulder and just throws you off.
Oh, yeetus deletus. Okay.
Yeah, so that would be like 20 feet onto this steel floor.
Jesus.
And then Vince McMahon was like, no, Randy's not going to do it. Austin Theory, you do it. And he's like,
I didn't sign up for that.
And then Vince was like, I wouldn't tell you to do anything I wouldn't do myself. And then
then you do it.
But that's the thing is Vince has done like some crazy stunts. I mean, that man he never should have. But yeah, so hold on. I'm just gonna pull up a video because it's entertaining. But it was crazy because they were talking about how like they'll get like the big crash pads out and everything and like practice some of the spots, but not all spots. They don't get to practice some of them. They come up with it last second. They're like, let's just try it live and see what happens.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Exactly.
Jesus. So who missed the bag? Like the one dude, didn't he like try and zip line from like outside and like fell off the zip line?
Oh, they talk about in the Vince documentary.
Yeah,
Owen Hart.
Yeah, I remember
the blue blazer.
Yeah, and he like falls off the zip line and like dies, right?
In the ring.
Crazy.
And Vince continues the show.
What? That's that's
with
in the documentary?
blood on the ring.
Oh fuck. Okay, I have to watch that. That
you
sounds
do,
pretty good.
dude.
All right, let me see this. The highest F5 ever. Okay. Brock Lesnar. Okay, I recognize him now. Oh God. Oh, he definitely should not have landed on his feet. Right? He was not supposed to do that.
I mean, it's a lot safer for him to land on his feet, but
I guess
that's still, dude's like 20 feet up right now.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that's wild.
Like, I know everyone's like, oh, wrestling's fake. Like, yeah, sure, it's scripted, but like, dude just got yeeted off another human's shoulders.
Yeah.
Like 20 feet down onto a steel cage and has to try and land
he didn't like land on a mattress. He landed on the floor, like for real.
Yeah.
That has to hurt no matter what. Even if it does have like a little bit of spring
just
give
a little
to
bit
it.
of give to it.
Okay, yeah. So 2 inches of compression still doesn't save your spine.
Yeah, you're still hurting from that one. But yeah, it's just interesting. But yeah, WWE is on fire right now. And I'm excited because me and Gio are going to the WrestleCade event.
Oh, that's right.
That's in like two weeks. 2 weeks, yeah. So we're going to that.
Is it the week after Thanksgiving, right?
It's 2 days after Thanksgiving.
Okay, so we got another episode, and then will be the episode when you get to talk about it. Okay.
Yep. So we're going to that. What's crazy is we're going to that. It'll be all day Saturday, and then we have a wrestling match that night at the event, and then we'll leave the event, go back to the hotel, and then watch Survivor Series
on the TV.
And then wake up next day, wrestling events all day again. More meet and greets.
Be so wrestled out,
dude. I want to be so. pumped.
You're gonna have to take some blood pressure medicine because it's all gonna be focused in your lower region, and you just need
so
more.
Excited. Just be so excited the whole time.
Half chubbed up the whole time,
dude, just bricked up. I'm so excited to go to this event. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey, I respect it. That's me talking about dirt bikes, dude.
Yeah.
That's me talking about dirt bikes. I get a dirt bike erection. So great. Speaking of WWE in Netflix, did they do a special or are they doing a special?
So Monday Night Raw is coming to Netflix in January.
That's right. Because I saw the trailer for there's a couple NFL games on Christmas on Netflix.
Yep.
And then they were also advertising that they're getting a wrestling show too.
Monday Night Raw.
Dude, honestly, Netflix kind of fucking killing it.
Dude, it was a 5 was it 5? No.
They better count their days on these fucking price raises, but like honestly, they're killing it in the content category.
Was it like a $5 billion deal or something like that? $5 million deal?
Honestly, no matter how much, it's too much.
A lot of money to have the rights for Raw on Netflix. But they also apparently named big names that they want, like in their contract, like we're going to do this, but we want these specific wrestlers on the show because it's going to draw more.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So they want like Roman Reigns, they want Cody Rhodes, who is the WWE champion. They want like John Cena, because John Cena is coming back for his. Yeah, you can't even see him anyway. Why do they need him on there?
Look at the blank TV right now.
Just pretend the ring is empty. But he's doing his retirement tour in 2025.
Oh, that checks out.
They're going to be in Charlotte. So I was like, Gio,
we got to go.
We're going.
We got to go. Oh, yeah, we got to go.
So as soon as those pre-sale tickets come on, we're going. Because it's one of the shows that they call the Road to WrestleMania. Because it's like the 2 months before WrestleMania.
Where they set up a lot of those storylines that culminate. Yeah.
And we know John Cena is going to have a match at WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And he's
probably going to win.
He's going to get that 17th championship.
Oh, he's going to win for sure.
But
they were either write it into the books and then send him off. Yeah.
So I'm like, dude, Gio, if we're ever going to see John Cena, it's going to be in Charlotte.
Yep.
So we're planning it. As soon as those pre-sales come up, I'm in. I don't care what seat I get. I just want to see John Cena.
By the time this episode comes out, the pre-sale will have already happened. But tomorrow, Monday, because we're actually filming on a Sunday for once, tomorrow, Monday, is the pre-sale for the Linkin Park tickets.
Ooh.
Trying to grab a couple of those.
I'm going to say.
Did you listen to the new album? Or
it's really good.
Yeah, isn't it?
I can't hate on it.
Right?
There's
right.
I think
you can talk all the shit you want on it being a chick, but honestly, she fucking goes hard.
So she
goes so hard.
I've liked Linkin Park, right? I listened to when I was younger, teenage stuff, but I wasn't like a hardcore. I follow everything that they do.
Same.
Right. So I could understand if you were one of those people where it's like, okay.
What do you mean one of those? I'm kidding.
You know what I mean. When Chester is gone and they're like, what do you mean you're replacing him? Like, well, he's
rightfully. Yep. You have a right to be upset or confused or angry or even like, you better not fuck this up.
Right. And it's like, I know a lot of people were saying, oh, but there's all these people that sound just like Chester. And it's like, well, that to me seems like more of an insult than getting somebody who can revive the band in like a unique way and still carry on. Yeah. Exactly. Whereas sure, you could have gotten anybody who sounds like Chester, but that's not going to be that's in bad taste.
Yeah.
So listening to the songs, you had me watch some of the videos and stuff, and I'm like,
oh, that's right. I played Heavy as the Crown for you.
These it was good.
Yeah.
So I'm happy for them. I hope some people just come around, because
it's one of those things that the immediate outrage will always just garner headlines because it's fast and it's quick. But now that the album's out, the tour is happening, they're signing this headlining venue. They're doing, what's the word I'm looking for? They're selling out this festival. They're blah, 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 blah. It's oh, Linkin Park's back. And the album came out and you listen to the whole thing front and back and you're like, oh, this shit actually holds up.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to, what the first one is Hybrid Theory. I was listening to Meteora. I was listening to Meteora, and then I was like, man, one of these songs sounds just like, or I was listening to the new album, I'm sorry, and I was like, damn, one of these songs sounds just like one of the old ones. And I was like, just like kind of fast forwarding through Meteor trying to find it. And then I found the one that I was looking for. Can't remember the name. It's not relevant. And I closed my eyes and I listened to the one, and then I queued up the other one from the new album, and I just let them play back to back. It was honestly just like hearing Chester again. I know that it's not him,
right.
but you hear even just like his echoes of, and I'm sure it would be really cool to find out later on that they just did grab maybe some sound bites or something and just kind of like feathered them in there. To just kind of like, like backing vocals and things like that. If they just like peppered some of it in there, and then when you go see them live, if there's just a little bit of video up on the screen, it would just be so perfect. But hoping to get some LP tickets. I don't know, but maybe. That'd be.
I hope you do. That'd be cool.
I've talked before. I have my price limit on like concerts because that's just, it's getting out of control,
dude.
So
dynamic pricing.
Yeah, no. If I get hosed by the dynamic pricing on the pre-sale, I'm be very upset. So I have my personal dollar limit, and I'm gonna try and pick them up and find out next week if Jim's going to see Linkin Park.
Go to the concert
for the first time since he was 16. What's that?
Go to the concert, do a chargeback.
I would never. That's crazy. That's some Jason mentality.
Well, no, but if they're like, hey, the tickets are $900. Okay.
No, not what I paid for it. Yeah, no.
I'll go. $900.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't even live in that state. What do you? I didn't buy this ticket.
Your ticket says it was used. We have you on video surveillance walking into the venue. That ain't me. Wasn't me.
Dude, that ain't me. I'm not completely bald.
Yeah, right. You see this head of hair?
Yeah, shave my head, shave my beard, go in.
That was Jim. That wasn't me.
That was Jim.
Jim suddenly grew 2.5 feet.
He stopped slouching. I don't know. Posture check.
Yeah, right. Crazy.
Ugh.
Man, what an episode. That was a good one.
That was a good episode.
Yeah, I'm hoping. So there's hopefully going to be a Sad Boy meetup maybe at the LP show next year. I missed my opportunity for some MCR tickets.
Oh, the stadium tour?
Yeah. One of Megan's friends was like, hey, do you want to go see MCR in Florida? We're like, all right, sure. Like if we get tickets, like fine, we'll figure out a way to get to Florida, because it was either Pennsylvania or Florida were the two closest to us. I still don't understand how we live between two of the biggest cities in the state, and sometimes there's just no shows in the state. Wild to me. Even like Charlotte and Raleigh, huge concert venue places, but like we can get shows in Cleveland, Columbus, and Pittsburgh. Come on now. That seems a little fucked up. I know I've said this before. We were so spoiled growing up where we did.
Yeah, we were.
Being music kids. Oh, man. So, missed out on some MCR tickets, but I saw that they were getting resold for $2,500. That is fucking nutty, dude. And the Chicago show sold out instantly, like within the first 2 minutes. So there was no shot I was getting MCR tickets, but
boys are raking in money right now.
I mean, everybody's cashing in. The hose, the spigot has to run out of water eventually. Like when everybody runs out of money, then what? So like you might as well cash in now, get the bag, get out before the bag dries up.
Dude, I hate resellers, dude. So like Sleep Token even posted a thing saying like, yeah, because they made like these commemorative coins with like their logo and everything on it, like really nice. And I guess they were selling them on their tour. I guess a lot of people are flipping them, selling them for like an insane amount of money. And they're like, they basically in their way of talking like, don't buy these. There will be more released after our concert, like our next event of this tour. Like, do not buy them at this price.
Nice.
So, like, good for them for like acknowledging it, but like,
yeah,
that's annoying.
I personally will never buy something resale. Like, if I cannot buy it directly from the manufacturer, seller, whatever you want to call it, I'm not buying used shit. Dude,
like when I wanted to get a PlayStation Portal, I literally waited like a whole year for stores to have them in stock, because everyone else, they'd buy it and they're like, cool, I'm going to sell it for $250. It's like they sell brand new for $199.
Yeah, like I get it. You're making money. You're getting the bag. But like also shame on the person willingly paying more. Like all you're doing is creating artificial inflation.
Enabling them.
Yep, yeah. Exactly. If you don't buy it from them, they get left with the bag. Like that's their problem, not yours. Stop buying it for inflated prices. Like you said, you're just enabling bad behavior. 100%. End of story.
I like to go on Facebook Marketplace when I see listings for things like Pokemon cards and stuff. Someone was like, "Oh yeah, it's like the Moonbryon, the really expensive rare Umbreon card." Someone's like, "Yeah, $1,300. I know what I have. I'm not willing to budge." So I went to TCG Player and I screenshotted a raw Umbreon card
For like $20.
No, 600.
Oh, wow. Of course.
Yeah, but I was like, "Yeah, bud, you might be getting that price if you got like a PSA 9.5 or PSA 10, but like, good luck."
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone just sort of like laugh racked in the comment, and I think the post is gone now.
Get fucked.
I like to troll people who are just out to make money.
Yeah. When they do the whole I know what I have, like, you're an asshole.
Laugh react.
Yeah, right. Okay, buddy. Sure thing,
Yeah.
chief. No problem, guy.
Guy.
All right, pal. You ever hit someone with a guy in public?
Oh yeah, it's empowering.
It really is. I think I've done it once.
I do that. I've done a lot of okay, bud. when I was at Best Buy, people would get real mad about something or like come in like talking shit. I'm like, all right, bud.
No problem, sir. That's it's respectfully, but like also, you sound like an idiot.
You were way more like respectful than I was. I mean, you were also customer service front end.
Yeah.
But you did everything, but like you had to be. I'm in mobile and it's like, dude, if you want my help, just
be nice.
Stop talking and be nice. So
I'm gonna come back with a gun. All right, like,
dude.
We've talked about that before. If you have never heard that story, go back and listen to the episode where we talk about some of our previous jobs.
That was just wild.
I am so not committed, but I am so accepting of the end of my terms and conditions that I signed up for 34 years ago that like someone threatened me once and I was like, okay, like that says more about you than me. So you do you, buddy.
I'm over here about to tell this guy off and tell him to leave. And Jim's like, we're not going to talk.
We're not going to talk like that.
Stop saying gun.
So do you want my help or not? Like,
so calm. And he's like, so I don't actually have a gun. Stop saying gun. Like, dude.
Shovel hole.
Just,
stop digging.
Brother, you are about to come out in Chinatown right now. Stop that.
Woo.
All right. What kind of music are we going out to today?
Do you have time? You don't have to say yes to this. Do you have time to make a WWEF SmackDown entrance music for the Midwest Sad Boys? Think you could come up with that in time? Get us some hype music to go out with? You know, it doesn't even have to be horns. That was I know that was that guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I recognize that.
Yeah.
I recognize that tune from the memes. You think you can come up with some? You think you got it?
A new intro?
No, it doesn't have to. Just
but
like
it could be.
If you wanted to, that's on you.
I don't know. We'll
I
see.
mean, even just like a 10-second little something for the outro on this one. No, maybe.
We'll see what happens. If not,
find out next week if we have a new intro song.
Find out.
Mayhaps.
Mayhaps.
So just to recap today's episode, we talked about the Mike Tyson fight and the Jake Paul engagement, definite not money laundering scheme. Let's see what else. We talked about Netflix documentaries and animal chiropractic videos.
Yep.
Whew,
yep.
This was
political thrillers. There was a bunch there.
We're trying out that new thing where you get to take this little clip and do the little trailer, episode trailer, give them a little feedback of what, or not feedback, a little trailer teaser.
Little preview.
Words are hard. Words are failing me right now.
Are very difficult.
We just went for an hour and 10 minutes, so like that's why I'm losing my ability to say words in coherent sentences. I mean, we'll work on the trailer thing.
Yeah.
We'll first try.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
That's what you're here for, right? You know, you don't be good at podcasts on episode 1. It takes you about 78 episodes to get there. And then some. As always, everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for spending another hour with us. It is getting down to the end of the year, and we've got couple big holidays coming up. Again, slide in them DMs. Hit us up at the business email. Let us know some things you're thankful for next week's Thanksgiving episode, and any special Christmas traditions that you have created in the last couple of years that you've been podcasting with us here in podcast land. We appreciate your continued support. Again, thank you so much. We don't talk a lot about the numbers often, but we see them and they always go up, and we thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
This has been 78 whole episodes of the Midwest Sad Boys podcast. And as usual, I'm Jim.
And I'm Jason.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you next week for episode 79. We are the Midwest Sad Boys. As always, stay sad, y'all. Bye. Oh.
Please.
See you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.